Hey everybody, back for the wrap-up of our league with Infect. And, well, that was definitely an interesting ending to our league, but I think overall I had a lot of fun. We learned a lot about the deck, made a few mistakes, but that's to be expected with the first league. And the deck is definitely powerful. We had a couple of turn... Did we have some turn 3 kills? I think we had one. I don't remember if we had any more, but we certainly had a lot of fast kills, and the deck felt powerful, felt robust. And I would definitely be comfortable taking this into a tournament. I think it's really good. Of course, you want to be brushed up on your Infect knowledge and all that stuff first, because it's not the easiest deck to play. But yeah, thoughts on the deck after playing with it for 5 rounds?
There were definitely some cards I really liked and some cards that seemed kind of iffy. Like the 2 Twisted Image main, like they seemed good, but I feel like they shouldn't be, maybe not 2, or maybe on the side or something. That just kind of felt awkward.
Yeah, in my experience,
like
in the matches that we played, the Twisted Images definitely came up short, I think. I don't know how well they'll... Like, I can definitely see the matchups where they're going to be great, you know. Against Kiki Cord, they're going to be, in theory, very good. Against anything that brings in a Spell Skite, it kills the Spell Skite, which is very important.
Especially Mantle Erosi, that's a big one.
Right. But there's a lot of decks that just Twisted Image doesn't do anything against, and the best that you're going to really be able to get out of it is as a cantrip. And while that's fine, like, it's not really what we're looking for. So I would say I was not really impressed with Twisted Image, and it definitely seems like it would be a metagame call. Could be better, but I don't know what I would replace with it. You know, maybe another Spell Pierce or something.
Yeah, I feel like the Distortion Trick actually really overperformed. Coming in, I was like, oh, maybe Distortion Trick isn't the best card.
Right.
But I feel like that card actually did a lot of work.
It won us a game for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if you want more than 2 in the deck, because I don't think they're very good in multiples, since it basically gives a creature unblockable for 2 turns, right? And if you have multiples, then that overlaps, and giving a creature unblockable, not indestructible, unblockable twice it doesn't do anything, you know, in 1 turn.
It's true.
So I kind of like having 1 main, 1 side. In the matchups where they're good, you can bring a second in, and you don't really want to have 2 of them. So choose the right number when you really never want to have 2 of a card.
Right.
Maybe another Spell Pierce in the main. I think Spell Pierce performed pretty well.
Yeah, Spell Pierce
it's a great flexible protection spell, you know. You can get rid of anything. If they're going to do something like proactive against our deck, like the Knight of Soul's Betrayal that just clocked us dead, like not Distortion Strike, Spell Pierce is basically our best way of stopping that. So
and it even deals with ways where like their combos. Like Jeskai Ascendancy, I know is a deck that's been floating around. Like you can just counter the Jeskai Ascendancy on turn 3, so you could win on.
Yeah, absolutely. You can counter a Court of Calling. You can counter Eldritch Revolution. You can counter a Cranial Plating. Even just like a Lightning Bolt or something. Yep. Let's see. Maybe another Groundswell. There were a couple of times when we just were short a Pump Spell, and if we would have had it, we would have gotten it. So maybe 1 more Pump Spell is something that we might be interested in.
For sure.
But yeah, overall, I think the main looked pretty tight. There's only like 1 or 2 slots I'd be willing to change. The Kitchen Finks and the sideboard did not impress me at all.
Yeah, they didn't seem good. Even against Jund, it was like...
Yeah, well, we brought them in against Jund, and then they just didn't do anything at all. They were completely... They were like mulligans, basically.
Yeah, even against the hands where you think they would be the best. Like, against the hand was with all removal.
Right.
It was just like...
Didn't do anything. Yeah. They just like Kalidas and it's useless, or they just like played the Tarmogoyf and it outclassed the Tarmogoyf, and... Like, you basically need everything else to be going on also in order for the Kitchen Finks to be useful, and even then, you're spending your entire turn putting it into play, which is, like, kind of annoying, because it lets them take their entire turn and do something. So, I was not impressed with Kitchen Finks. I might try Nissa instead, because Nissa helps your Infect creatures. Nissa also...
They were actually against Knight of Soul's Betrayal.
Yeah, it does a little bit against Knight of Soul's Betrayal.
Just putting a counter on them.
Right. But it won't. Once the Night Souls Trail is down, no new creatures
Yeah.
are getting in.
You
So
won't be doing anything.
right. So once they clean the board off, then it's pretty useless because it also
For sure.
makes the plant tokens not come in. So
Yeah, they
yeah, it might be might just be nothing, and just we want more of something else. You know, like more protection spells on the board, more hate spells against something like Hercule's Recall, more graveyard hate, more dispels. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as Kitchen Finks though, I didn't like them very much. So I would look towards trying something else.
I agree.
Anything else?
I think we covered it all.
Okay, sounds good. I think I agree. But yeah, this is a really great deck. If you're interested in Infect, I recommend picking it up. I think it's going to be a great deck in Modern for a long time to come. So
It is very sweet to play. It's so interesting when you're thinking about all those lines that you can take and you have to pick them the right one. It's so satisfying when you're just like,
yeah, it's
there we go.
definitely a challenge, and it's a puzzle that you have to solve each and every game. And while the games may not take very long, they're action packed for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah. Until next time, I'm Chris Anderson, joined by Lucas Kiefer this time. We'll see you next time.